of the National Football League.
And the weather here, 86 degrees, the humidity thick as the tension about trade rumors surrounding the Dolphins. There's the first-year head coach at age 39 coming over from the Titans. He ran their offense, Arthur Smith. And Brian Flores in his third season saying it's been a lot of the little things that have caused problems for his team, like penalties, missed assignments, some of the fundamentals.
Yeah, don't worry about that big thing that's laying out there.
Back to receive. Falcons won the toss, and so they defer. Jalen Waddle ready to receive the kick of Younghoe Koo. It's the Falcons and the Dolphins from Hard Rock Stadium. Daryl Johnston, Chris Myers, and let's do this. He'll let it go. Out to the 25-yard line comes the offense, and we welcome in Jen Hale.
Well, Chris, this Dolphins roster was absolutely decimated last week in London by injuries, and this week 13 different players on the injury report. The good news for Miami is today they do get 3 key players back from absence. Their starting corners, Xavier Howard and Byron Jones, both good to go. Plus, receiver Preston Williams got the thumbs up to play today. Unfortunately, the Dolphins will be without wide receiver Devontae Parker. That's going to hurt. We'll see how Tua can hold up managing the pain of those ribs, Chris.
All right, thank you very much, Jen. Malcolm Brown starts in the backfield, and he gets the carry just short of the 30-yard line. Last week, impressive numbers after he had been out 3 weeks with the fractured ribs. There certainly wasn't any rust. A couple of touchdowns, had a rough interception. Didn't run or move as comfortably, and said he just has to play with the pain. Yeah,
great response after that bad interception to go down and get some points on a long drive there for the Dolphins. Take the lead temporarily, but I like the way he moved in the pocket. This offensive line's got to be better this week. They didn't give up a sack last week, but they really forced Tua to move through that pocket and get off schedule.
Yeah, last week the offensive line was the first time this season they did not give up a sack. Tua fakes and then dumps it off to Brown, who can't get out of the tackle. They lose a half a yard, and that's Deion Jones, second on the team in tackles, and makes a good one right there.
Absolutely. Nice job by Deion Jones on that play. And, you know, you look at this offense, and it's been a shuffle on that offensive line. I think that's one of the big things that's impacted them. We talked about the no sacks, but still a lot of hurries pulling that football down during the course of the game. Good to get Preston Williams back in that lineup at the wide receiver position.
Yeah, he's excited to produce after that groin injury kept him out last week. Greg Mance, the center, starting center, out with a groin injury. And on the move, throwing for the first down and getting it up across the 36-yard line. That's Jalen Waddle. Leads all rookies in catches, and there's another one. His 38th of the season.
Little bit of pressure from Tua's right side, just slides to the left a little bit for that completion. One of the things Atlanta's going to have to be aware of with that left-handed quarterback, make sure you're containing your defensive right side.
Without a huddle, Brown, they get to the line. He gets up across the 40. And the Atlanta defense, Dante Fowler has a couple of sacks for them, went on injured reserve with a knee injury. So that'll hurt their pass rush a little bit.
Exactly, Chris, and that's the big thing. Dean Pease, the defensive coordinator for Atlanta, very creative with his blitz package. Dante Fowler, a key piece of that. So we'll see how that's impacted today. But this offensive line, the tight ends, the running backs, in that group of pass protection, going to have to be spot on with the rules and recognition.
Brown remains the back. We have not seen Myles Gaskin in this opening drive. Brown tries to slip a tackle and does. Gets up to the 43-yard line. It'll be third down. Dolphins need to get to the 47 for a fresh set of downs.
And you've got a pull right here on this block, but watch Deion Jones beat it up the field and force Malcolm Brown to change direction. Kind of slows him down right there, lets his teammates get in to finish that tackle.
Brown, the 7th-year veteran, former Ram from Texas, signed as an undrafted college free agent originally, joined the Dolphins in March as a free agent. Now Gaskin comes in on 3rd and 4. Tua throws, catch made for a first down, and it's Waddle again inside the 40-yard line. The first rounder originally from Houston, Texas, and of course played for the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, nice timing here. You're going to watch just kind of shuffling in right there. Just a little lean to the inside. You see him get that leverage off him right there. It's just a real subtle move, but it was really, really effective to impact the defensive back on that play. That creates the separation to the outside.
A comfortable connection pickup of 17 yards. Waddle does have a couple of games already this year with 10-plus catches. And a couple of key ones here to keep the Dolphins moving. Now at the 40 of Atlanta. The give is to Gaskin. He gets down to the 33.5-yard line. Deion Jones again with a stop for the Falcons.
And we've talked about a lot of the shuffling here with this offensive hierarchy and who's calling the plays and how is the offense built and what happened from last year to this year. And that's one of those situations right there. The RPO game that is something that Tua really enjoys. They wanted to kind of emphasize that a little bit more this season. We're gonna see that grow as this game goes on, as this season goes on.
Gaskin slips a tackle and inside the 30 for a first down. Yeah, that RPO, the run pass option, there is a flag down back at the 39-yard line. Could be difficult to do that if Tua Tagovailoa is not entirely healthy. This is Scott Novak, our referee.
There is no foul for holding on the play. I need the play clock set to 40 seconds. 40 seconds on the play clock. Thank you.
Yeah, a point of emphasis for officials again this weekend, this year. Holding is way up, especially offensive holding at the point of attack. That's something they considered but called it off and picked up the flag. So now, 34-yard line and a first down. Gaskin splits out as a receiver. Tua has a moment, dumps it off inside the 25. Adam Shaheen, whose birthday is today, makes the catch. Backup tight end to Mike Gesicki.
They've got a nice production out of that tight end group. You've also got Durham Smythe at that position, and it's going to be something that Atlanta's going to have to worry about. They're transitioning out. It's a different style defense that they've run in the past. Underneath, Dean Pease a little bit more undersized and quick. That's going to help them in coverage. You see Deion Jones right there, one of the best cover linebackers in the NFL.
I mean, this is a sweet opening drive if you're a Dolphin fan or a fan of Tua here. 4 out of 4, already in field goal range. 3 tight ends are in now. Tua under some pressure and has a target, Gaskin, who slips a tackle. He's been fighting through those this entire drive, short of the first down. These are good, safe, comfortable throws.
Well, it's efficiency, right? We always talk about offenses becoming efficient, and what really builds on that process is the completed pass and staying ahead of the chains, and that's exactly what Miami has done on this opening drive. Now, this is nothing unusual for Miami. They usually come out and they have a nice start to a game. They have a nice first quarter. The big thing to watch during the rest of this game is how do they transfer that in the second, third, and fourth quarter.
And an important third down early. And the catch made inside the 15, and fighting for the first down is Mike Gesicki. One of the go-to guys for the Dolphin quarterbacks, Waddle being the other.
Yeah, and he can create some issues on the outside in a matchup. That's Eric Harris, your safety right there, and it's just a really nice move off the ball to get that separation, to get inside position, and again, look at the location by Tua on that throw. Perfect, because it was tight coverage by Eric Harris.
Best hands on the team, even though he's a big 6'6" target. He hauled that in. Gaskin in the back, and the drive continues for Miami.
45, ready. Miami set.
Straight ahead, Myles Gaskin. This time not a lot of running room.
Well, you can tell it was definitely an emphasis this week. This running game for the Miami Dolphins really kind of got away from it in that London game against Jacksonville. And you've got to kind of find your balance. And I'm not saying you have to be 50-50, but you can't swing this far. And they just have gotten out of whack a little bit this year. And defenses are going to try to make you one-dimensional. You don't want to help them by your play calling and doing that.
Yeah, they throw it 69% of the time. That's the most in the NFL. Now the Bucs are second, so you can be effective doing that, but you got to run more than the 71+ yards, which is the lowest ground game total per game. Tua for the end zone and knocked away from Preston Williams. Fabian Moreau, who's originally from Davie, Florida, went to Western High. It's about, 20 miles from here. He made the nice defensive play, and it's now 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, I think that Tom Brady fellow might have a reason why Tampa Bay's throwing it quite a bit. Miami doesn't have that guy just yet.
Or those receivers. But this is a good defensive play. catchable, but difficult because of Fabian Moreau.
But really well done. Didn't get his head around, but just played off the receiver as he went up and got ready for the catch. He got his hand up there to contest it.
Already 3 out of 3 on first down. This is the biggest. Catch made into the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown, Miami, and Isaiah Ford.
This is really just formational awareness by the defense. When you get down into the red zone and you get a pair of receivers, you get a bunch of receivers, you've got to be aware of what they're thinking right there. So watch as Isaiah Ford comes underneath. Watch what the other guys do. It's just getting in the way, eliminating their path, that shortest line to get back into that coverage area. And that's the one thing you have to be aware of pre-snap when you get down in the red zone.
And the extra point, the string continues, 57 in a row. That's the longest active. Jason Sanders delivers the first career touchdown catch. Isaiah Ford up and down on the practice squad, active because of other receiver injuries, and on the receiving end of that from Tua. Dolphins lead it 7-0. An opening drive. Tua in his 4th start of the season with his 4th touchdown pass, and Isaiah Ford just called up all the receivers out there, and they go to him. That drive, that opening drive, 75 yards, took over 7 minutes. And Tua Tagovailoa, 7 out of 8, and converted all 4 third-down conversion tries.
And that's how you have a drive like that. And we talked about it. You mentioned the fact that he's being careful with his throws. He's not stretching it. He's not getting behind the chains, but taking what the defense is giving him. That's how you go 7 for 8 on an opening drive. That's how you become perfect on third down on a long drive.
Now Cordero Patterson back to receive. His next kickoff return for a touchdown will be an NFL record. This one hits and is not in the end zone. That's all. It may have hit the line, and if it did, it is, and they are ruling it as a touchback. It looked like from here it may not have hit the line, and Patterson has to be a little bit more aware.
I'm seeing that more and more in the NFL today, where we are not going over to the football, just looking at it. I mean, that is so risky by Cordero Patterson right there.
Yeah, on the second bounce.
That's a live ball if it doesn't hit that goal line.
Yeah, if it doesn't, and it could come back, but nice kick by Jason Sanders. I think we all get so used to these boring kickoffs that are touchbacks that some of the return guys, too, are thinking, like, why should I expend any energy? Out to the 25 comes Matt Ryan, and Patterson is his running back, who can play receiver, returner, whatever they need him to do. Cordero Patterson, maybe a couple of yards. Last 3 games for Matt Ryan as he settles in with his rookie head coach. And just the numbers on him, too. I mean, he's 8th all-time in NFL passing yards, and Dan Marino is next on that hit list for him.
But that shows you the growth that we talked about, all the way back to that 32-6 loss to Philadelphia in Week 1. And Arthur Smith, the head coach, has just stayed true to his beliefs and just moved him forward week after week. And that's Matt Ryan really hitting a great stride the last 3.
Patterson splits out as a receiver now, up towards the top of your screen. At Calvin Ridley, Russell Gage is back. He looks and does deliver, but the Dolphins are ready for Patterson. It'll be a third down. Let's get an early game break from Carissa Thompson. Hey, Carissa.
Hey, Chris. Chiefs Titans. Derrick Henry leads the NFL with 10 rushing touchdowns. But how about this? His first ever passing touchdown to Michael Pruitt for a 5-yard score. What doesn't this guy do? Titans up early on the Chiefs, 7-0. Chris?
All right, thanks very much. Already the Packers lead Washington, and the Patriots are leading the Jets. Carolina has gone out in front of the Giants. Third down and 12. Ryan has time. He's on the move. Can't find anybody. Eventually does, and a low throw bounces at the 40, and it's 4th down. Was trying to get the ball to Ridley, was coming back, but there is a flag down.
Pass interference, offense number 28, penalty decline. 4th down.
The call against Mike Davis, the running back. No need for the Dolphins to accept. And Dustin Colquitt comes out to punt it away.
Well, you talk about a scripted start to a game for a team that's on a 5-game losing streak and has a lot of turmoil around them during the course of your prep, to come out and have a drive like Tua took them on offensively to get the touchdown, and then your defense follows that up with a 3-and-out.
Javon Holland standing inside the 30, back to receive. Waving fair catch at the 27-yard line. So Tua, a hot start. Tagovailoa wants more. We'll get a look at him in the offense for the second time, and it's 7-0 Dolphins already. Starting at their own 27-yard line. These two teams worked scrimmage for a couple of days during training camp in the summer and the preseason. Matt Ryan with a slow start for the offense for Atlanta, but a fast start for Miami. Myles Gaskin is in. Malcolm Brown dealing with a quad injury. We'll get an update there. And Tua fires a strike but couldn't hold on. Moreau was there on coverage to knock it away.
You talked about that really effective opening drive for Miami, Chris, and it's really on third down. You see right there, great timing to Waddle. Here's a little bit of the RPO game to the inside to Mike Gesicki, and then the touchdown again coming inside. So what did we see on all three of those plays? That's out to the left. Tua's left-handed. So defensively, you know, the game within the game that Arthur Smith will talk about both offensively and defensively. How do we adjust from play to play, series to series? Right now, you know, obviously it's going to be heavy loaded to the defensive right side on this passing game.
Tremendous balance for the Dolphins between the run and throw, and very successful on that first drive. And Tua dumps it off to Gaskin. Hit hard, stays up, but eventually goes down an ankle tackle. Terrell hammered him, but he's short of the 30, and it'll bring up third down.
Yeah, really nice job by Myles Gaskin. I mean, this is a big hit right here. He's got Foye Oluokun coming from behind that kind of slows him down, and here comes A.J. Terrell, puts a big shoulder on him. He's still fighting. Great effort.
See if the Dolphins can stay on this hot conversion of third downs. Deep drop, Tua fires. It's short of the first down. Tough catch, but it's made by Shaheen. And the coverage was good. It's Deion Jones, so it's fourth down.
Excellent coverage by Deion Jones, and that's one of the things that he does. His quickness on the blitz package, that pressure package we talked about with defensive coordinator Dean Pease, is going to be very effective. And then right there,
look at the defensive coordinator, the veteran that came out of retirement for Atlanta
for the second time.
Yeah, this is the game. Michael Palardy, first year with the Dolphins, 5th year overall. Olamide Zaccheaus, fair catch, back as the punt returner at the 16-yard line of Atlanta. The veteran Matt Ryan, 4-time Pro Bowler, trying to lead the offense down 7-0.
Verizon got you paying more.
Quite a series, and they are celebrating. Matt Ryan, big, was teasing me, big Atlanta Braves fans, taking his Twins to the game. Called out the lineup, rooting for the Braves right now, trying to complete a pass, and does, across the 35 and move it upfield to the 40. Gets a first down. Kyle Pitts, the tight end, at 6'6", the rookie from Florida.
Yeah, he sure doesn't move like he's 6'6". Just watch the fluidity right here, the little lean outside to get the defense off of him, create that little window right there, and then fearless into the middle of the field with the run after the catch.
He averages 13 yards a catch, which leads the team. He picked up 23 and a first down from the 40 with Mike Davis in the backfield and Pitts in motion. He's open on the sideline, and Ryan finds him. That's Hayden Hurst further up on the sideline, and he gets near midfield. Let's get a game break again with Carissa.
Thank you, Chris. Washington trailing 7-0. Jair Alexander still out. Taylor Heineke looking downfield finds Terry McLaurin, 40-yard score. McLaurin's 4th of the season. We're all tied at 7. Chris?
All right, thanks, Carissa. Updates all afternoon on all the games that are going on. The Buccaneers play later in the NFC South. The Saints on Monday night against Seattle. And Carolina leading now against the Giants as Patterson carries at the 41 of Miami. Yeah, when we show you the lineup, Daryl, they like to move guys around all over the place. Of course, you have your offensive line, but is Patterson a running back or receiver? Is Kyle Pitts a tight end or a receiver?
Yeah, and that's that positionless mentality that Arthur Smith is trying to get to, and it really stresses the defense. How do you want to consider Cordarrelle Patterson in the backfield? Is he a running back? Is he a wide receiver? When Kyle Pitts is outside, is that the tight end or is that a wide receiver?
The other way, through the hands of Calvin Ridley on a second down. Yeah, it's like for a defense, it's like whack-a-mole here. You got to figure out who, not only where are they, but who's going to get the ball and from what position. And that's what will stress this Miami offense. And they're facing now a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, and that's why it was so important. You heard Jen at the top talk about Byron Jones and Xavier Howard being back in the lineup today. That's going to be key because they're going to be the critical elements in trying to match up with these positionless guys as they spread throughout the formation.
A lot of money in that corner position for the Dolphins. A deep drop at the last moment. Davis gets the first down. Boy, Jason McCourty shot back 10 yards from his safety spot just before the snap. I don't know if Ryan changed it at the line of scrimmage, but it worked for the first down.
Yeah, watch the quick swim move right here by Adam Butler inside. This is great. He's right there. He's got an opportunity to make the play. What an outstanding job by Mike Davis. You think of him, Matt Ryan called him the tone setter. He's our tone setter. Well, you think physicality right there. He's going to establish what we want to be, what message we're sending right on game day. Right there, that was outstanding. And an ability to miss an unblocked guy right in your face.
Yeah, Mike Davis said, I'm going to hit you before you hit me. Whatever that was, he hit enough for the first down. And Ryan, middle of the field, is open. That's Lee Smith, the reserve tight end, making that catch. A guy who Arthur Smith raved about for a tight end who's bounced around from Buffalo to Oakland and back with the Bills.
Yeah, and it's just what he's looking for to build this team around. And Cordarrelle Patterson is similar to that. Is he a running back? Is he a wide receiver? No, he's a football player. Lee Smith, he's a journeyman tight end. He's been in multiple teams already, but what is he? He's a football player. And that's really what Arthur Smith is looking for to build this offense around, to build this team around.
After a pickup of 7, Patterson is back in at the running back spot, wearing that 84. And off to Cordarrelle Patterson, weaving his way and still going inside the 20. It'll be a first down, Falcons. He's 6'2". He runs bigger. He runs very high up, very angular. Picked up 13 yards.
Yeah, and this is how he runs as a kickoff return. But watch Chris Lindstrom right here, the right guard. Watch this tight pull because Miami's got everybody walked up. That's outstanding to be able to get that tight around that corner. A lot of times you'll see offensive linemen or tight ends when they're pulling, they get too wide. Guys get up inside them. So that was a really nice job staying tight so he could get a good block.
Yeah, the Dolphin player kneeling around the 21-yard line. Jerome Baker, they have held up play. Hope that he's okay. We'll check on him. Meanwhile, in the red zone, the Falcons move inside the 20 of Miami. Jerome Baker, the Dolphins' leading tackler, heading into the injury tent. Brennan Scarlett likely to come in for him. And already on this drive, Matt Ryan has hit 3 different tight ends on National Tight End Day. Mike Davis in the backfield. Ryan under pressure. And he's going to go down at the 31. Sacked. He had a moment, but Javon Holland all the way from the secondary got to him.
Yeah, perfect time for this blitz right here. Javon Holland's going to come off the edge right here. He's waiting for Kyle Pitts to get on that deep route. And it just takes a little bit of time to develop. And with the blitz on, that time in the pocket was shortened.
A loss of 11. Quick toss. Russell Gage trying to cut the other way and back up the middle of the field. Ran a long way for a few yards. It'll be 3rd and long. We've completed 1 quarter, and after that opening drive for the Dolphins and the 7-0 lead, Atlanta threatening, but facing a 3rd down. Tight ends have been active in this opening quarter. You're watching the NFL on Fox. Sun breaking through at Hard Rock Stadium. Daryl Johnston, Chris Myers, Jen Hale is down on the field, and our rules analyst Mike Pereira watching closely. No penalties assessed so far in this game. Holland, by the way, 3 tackles, including a sack. So we start the second quarter in a 3rd and 19. In field goal range, they'll try and get a little closer. That's Kyle Pitts, shoved back as he got near the 15-yard line of Miami.
How about an interesting play call right there? I mean, you've got Younghoe Koo as your kicker. Now, it's going to be a 47-yard field goal. The interesting thing about Younghoe is he's never missed beyond 49, so he's got a big leg. You know, to take something quick like that and challenge your tight end to break tackles and get a first down, I thought maybe Arthur Smith would have gone for something beyond that first down marker into the end zone in that situation.
Well, this will be, since they picked up that yardage, a 33-yard try. Pro Bowl kicker last year. He's made all of his kicks in 2021. 17 straight, including point afters, field goals, had the game winner against the Giants as time expired, and he nails this one. Falcons get on the board to start the second quarter. Have to settle for 3. Now this from State Farm.
It is time for the final question. Who is offered the Rogers rate? Jake from State Farm? Basically anyone. Sorry, buddy, that's incorrect.
See? We offer great rates that fit anyone's budget.
That's enough. Thank you very much. Jessica in the middle. You said me? No. What are we doing? Whatever. Also me. Great LOL. That was really important. Of course. Everybody gets the rates, I guess.
For surprisingly great rates that fit any budget, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or click to get a quote today.
Falcons got inside the 20, so they continue their string of scoring in every red zone trip this year. 17 out of 17. That was their 6th field goal to go with 11 touchdowns. Only 2 other teams have done that this year. And Tua Tagovailoa and the Dolphin offense will get an opportunity here as the Falcons are ready to kick off. Jalen Waddle is back to receive at the goal line. And Koo, you can see the split with the shade here. Get some cloud cover earlier. And again, upper 80s and humidity.
Just a bit of humidity, not too much.
Typical South Florida.
Not enough to sweat through your shirt.
You usually don't, but never let them see you sweat. Touchback. If we go back, 2008, both the Dolphins and Falcons considering drafting a quarterback. Miami had that first pick. They took Jake Long, the tackle, and the Rams took pass rusher Chris Long. Falcons ended up selecting Matt Ryan 3rd overall. Since the Dolphins have used 11 different starters. I mean, the playoffs twice without winning a postseason game. And they've used a couple of first-round picks on quarterbacks. Meanwhile, Matt Ryan started all but 3 for the Falcons since that time. Playoffs 6 times, 4 Pro Bowls, NFL MVP, and, of course, to the Super Bowl.
And you ready for this one? It's been a long, long time since they've had that quarterback.
And do they have...
Did you get that? Did you get that?
Yes, I got long, a double long, yes. Too long, according to Dolphin fans. Meanwhile, Tua looked sharp early, but do they have their franchise quarterback now? Is it too early to assess given his injuries and the way that he was in and out of the lineup last year as a rookie when Ryan Fitzpatrick was here? And again, the rumors circulating about a possible deal with a trade deadline, or at least talks. And that part of it, Jay Glazer reporting, heavy engaged are the Dolphins and the Texans, but other teams are going to have to beat the Dolphins' offer if they want to get Deshaun Watson. That's the chatter out there. Nothing officially from the Dolphins. Savon Ahmed fake to him in the backfield. And Tua has got room to run. He puts a nice move on. Bang! Near a first down at the 35 as he falls down.
And the big thing is, Chris, it's not anything unusual in the NFL today. We are seeing teams move off of quarterbacks much quicker than we have in the past. And this is one of the things that Tua brings to the table. When the play breaks down, he has that mobility to extend. Remember, we talked about Deion Jones as a linebacker. That's a nice move on a very athletic linebacker to get that first down. But across the NFL, we have seen teams that have drafted quarterbacks, and before that 5-year period, they've made a decision to move on, or they don't extend that rookie contract. So it's not unusual, but I think it's a little early right now on Tua.
Another outstanding grab by Mike Gesicki, and he's got a first down up near midfield. Well, you said when we opened the broadcast, is that a distraction? You said, well, it can't help. And the players, we asked Tua about this, and he said, I'm aware I have a good relationship with Brian Flores, and I can speak with him directly. And Flores told us, I told him we're good with you and control what you can control.
Yeah, your agent's going to have to talk to you about it. So even if it does stay completely outside the facility, from a business standpoint, it has to be brought to you. And he said, listen, I know about it. We talk about outside voices, but I'm aware of what's happening on the outside. The impressive thing today, he's moving beyond that. He's played a really nice game up until this point.
Ahmed with the carry. And again, in the bigger picture here, there still are the legal, the off-the-field issues facing Deshaun Watson. Yeah, the Texans would like 3 number 1s and a couple of number 2s. They're willing to spread that over 3 years or take that over that. And the NFL hasn't decided if they would place Watson on paid leave, the exempt list. He's not likely to be suspended right now until those things are ironed out. And I would think if you're the Dolphins, if you're even talking, part of the deal has to be that we have to know that he's clear of that and available to play.
Well, that's the whole catch with the trade deadline coming up and no resolution on the future of Deshaun Watson. So I don't know how you make that move, at that time until you have some conclusion on what the NFL is thinking and what the legal process is.
Tua to throw and dumps it off to Ahmed, who has a lot of running room, gets the first down, cutting inside the 40 of Atlanta.
And again, just doing a nice job here this afternoon of giving his guys an opportunity to make plays. This is just a check down. There's nothing down the field. So, hey, where's my running back, my safety net? Dump it to the outside. A lot of green grass in front of Salvon Ahmed on that play.
Just one other thought. November 2nd is the actual trade deadline. Of course, I can always wait till the draft. And reportedly, from a Houston source, Deshaun Watson has a no trade, turned down some teams, but is interested in the Dolphins. He would not waive the no trade, or he would want to play for Miami. That's the indication as Ahmed carries once again. And let's see what Jen has.
Yeah, Chris, I had a chance to talk with Charlie Fry, the quarterback's coach for the Dolphins pregame, also a longtime friend of Tua. He knew him all the way back at the Nike Elite 11 camp. Charlie, he's an affable guy, a chatty guy. It took him about 10 seconds to answer my question, to think about what to say. And he said, it has been a tough week mentally for Tua. And the way that Charlie felt like he could help him best is to bring him in the film room extra, keep his mind on the game at hand, and really try to tune out everything else around him. So this is how Tua's coping with all these rumors. Just dial in as hard as he can on Sunday afternoon.
All right, thank you, Chad. Meanwhile, Jalen Waddle is down. We will check on that injury and continue in a moment.
And we are all clear.
Whoa, you see that?
And Waddle headed to the injury tent. You see him limping that right leg. It's exactly, how eerie is this? October 24th, a year ago, Alabama, where he broke his right ankle. Regular season miss, but came back, obviously, for the championship game for Alabama, and hope that it's not that severe. We'll get an update, pass it along as soon as possible. Tua firing here, and a crowd ball comes out incomplete. The coverage was good on Preston Williams. Let's check on what happened with Jalen Waddle.
Yeah, well, I tell you, this is one of the things why I love playing on grass more than turf. You see that right leg, he's got it extended out. You get rolled up on as that pile moves, but you saw the leg released. Sometimes on turf, that leg gets trapped, it gets stuck. And that's one of the reasons I always loved on playing the grass field a little bit more. I know there's some data out that says it's not, there's no correlation from analytics and data that there's an increase in lower leg injuries. But for me, mentally, I love the grass.
On 3rd down and 3 now. Floats one and incomplete. That's Gesicki, no flag, and Moreau was there. Looked like they had a connection working. So Jason Sanders going to come out and try a field goal.
Yeah, Fabian Moreau's doing a nice job today, because you watch on film and you know who A.J. Terrell is. But Fabian Moreau is playing very well to start this game, has really kind of picked up his play the last few weeks. And when you have that big corner on one side, that opposite side is going to get tested a whole bunch. And Fabian Moreau's off to a good start here this afternoon.
This will be a 49-yard field goal try. Rare miss last week in London. It was a 58-yarder, though, went wide left. And this is blocked. Atlanta takes over around the 40. Ogundeji was the one who looked like he got his hands up. The rookie from Notre Dame. How about that? Dolphins have a 7-3 lead, try to add to it, but the Falcons with a block try to turn things around.
Great effort by Ade Ogundeji right here, but you got to have a little bit of help. So watch the two guys from Miami that are blocking. They drop their heads. He recognizes it, goes right up and over through there, straight to the block point.
Just short of the 40, the Falcons take over on offense. That's the first block kick in the career of Sanders, the all-pro kicker for Miami. Cordero Patterson with nowhere to go and falls short of the 40-yard line. Time for a game break. Here's Carissa.
Thanks, Chris. Titans already up 7-0 on the Chiefs when Ryan Tannehill finds A.J. Brown. This 24-yard score. They're in the red zone again currently and up right now 14-0 on the Chiefs. Chris?
Got it. Thanks so much. Also, New England up 17-0 on the Jets.
Titans going to go back-to-back. Bills, Chiefs. That's pretty impressive in the AFC by Tennessee.
That'll change your AFC power rankings. Ryan batted away. He had Patterson open briefly at the 44-yard line. But it'll bring up a 3rd and 9.
Really doing a nice job right here, just kind of pushing that pocket. Emmanuel Ogbah is going to be the one that gets the big hand up and gets the deflection, but all 5 guys pressuring that quarterback, kind of coming on a bull rush, and when they're getting close to the quarterback, elevate and get their hands into those passing lanes.
Will Miami bring the heat? A very good zero blitz team. Holland got to him last time. They don't. They drop into coverage, and Ryan connects for a first down at the Miami 48-yard line. And Russell Gage, who is back after missing a couple of games with an ankle injury, turned around, set up, and Ryan delivered.
Really nice job on this throw right here. Russell Gage up at the top. And we talk about those bunch formations coming out. Just finding that soft spot kind of turns Byron Jones around. When he turns around, that ball's already on its way.
12-yard pickup. Patterson, the back. Pressure coming and dumps it off. That's Keith Smith, fullback / tight end, another one of your positionless, versatile guys.
You know, I think right there, that was a great veteran quarterback move by Matt Ryan. I don't know if you heard him talk to Kyle Pitts and say, get set, because he and Lee Smith, I think, were moving at the same time, and then you're going to have a penalty on that play. So the ability for Matt Ryan to recognize, I think both of the tight ends having moved at that time, Lee Smith hadn't gotten completely set before Kyle Pitts moved back.
Miami and Mark Butler working our audio on this crew. Outstanding when you get closer to the game and get to hear the quarterback, what's going on at the line of scrimmage. Ryan looking, connecting. Inside the 30, first down, Olamide Zaccheaus, who had to step up when the Falcons were missing both Ridley and Gage, makes that grab.
And one of the things that Kyle Pitts will do is that positionless guy coming off right there, number 8. Look at all the attention he creates, and then you can bring Olamide Zaccheaus across from the other side into that little void.
They call him Oz in Atlanta, so it's a little easier to fit the name in. Spotted at the 29. 13-yard pickup. Davis pounding his way to the 27 and maybe the 26 of Miami. Just under 7 minutes before the half. Mike Davis, an interesting story. Another one of those guys from Stone Mountain, Georgia, comes back. He was originally drafted by the 49ers, struggled with Seattle, and was in Carolina, and they wanted him here because he's a very physical, tough runner and reliable for pass protection as well. Talked to us about when he was doubting his career. Eric Thomas, motivational speaker, helped him turn it around. Instead of feeling sorry for himself that he wasn't playing, he said approach every practice, every game as if he was playing. And it's worked into a starting job. Ryan, catch made, falling forward. Aiden Hurst.
Yeah, you just talked about Mike Davis, Chris. This is one of the things that I'm impressed with him, is watch him on this blitz pickup right here as the blitzer come. He's a little bit late. He was going to leave early because it's a little delayed, but he gets back inside to help out. And one of the things you'll see, even off the edge or in the middle of that offensive line, the way that Mike Davis steps up and takes on blitzers, he's an excellent pass protector in the backfield.
Back in the red zone. Now Davis goes out as a receiver. There's your positionless versatility. Top of your screen. Miami threatens blitz. See the Dolphins sideline jumping up and down for something. Pressure coming, and Ryan, he got just wiped out, but got rid of the football. Emmanuel Ogbah, who already has 2.5 sacks, almost had another one.
They're getting some pressure onto Matt Ryan here, and how about some confidence? Again, it's an unblocked guy coming to the quarterback. There's nothing worse. There's nothing that creates doubt in an offense more than getting a free rusher to get a hit on your quarterback. That means that the Dolphins have figured out some protection schemes by Atlanta, and they're being able to overload and get that free guy away from the slides.
3 receivers top of your screen. Here comes Gage to the lower part. Patterson with a hole. Cordero Patterson inside the 5. Averages over 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, you're talking about a guy who's used to running back kickoff, so he's got a great feel for tight space, and he's a real good north-south style guy, and that's why I think he's been so good on his kickoff returns, because he just hits it, and if there's a little bit of a crack there, Cordero Patterson is going to take it to the house on him.
Ryan said he's an old-school throwback kind of player. Wayne Gallman comes in. They need 3 for a first down, 5 for a touchdown. Ryan on the move to throw for the end zone. Touchdown! Calvin Ridley. Welcome back. His second touchdown catch of the season.
This is great by Calvin Ridley, because this is a tough catch, because you've got all your momentum going in one direction, and Matt Ryan, because of the defender, has to put it on the back shoulder, follow 18 all the way across formation, and then watch him kind of dip to get into the opening. But there's a defensive player right there, Landon Roberts, and he's got to put it behind him a little bit, and that shows you the athleticism of Calvin Ridley to be able to make that catch.
Nobody has a higher percentage of completion out of the pocket this year than Matt Ryan. And he was on the move and delivered that ball. And Calvin Ridley from Fort Lauderdale, Monarch High School, Coconut Creek. Local kid does good, coming back as a Falcon. His first missed the game in London for personal reasons, but a hug from Ryan, and it's all okay.
What do you?
Movie theaters, November 19th.
Go back to Alabama, Georgia, national championship game 2018. They trail 13-0 at the half. Alabama fights back with 2 off the bench. He led the comeback, hitting Calvin Ridley for the game-winning score with 3:49 left, in the fourth quarter to tie. Alabama went on to win 26-20 in overtime on Tua's touchdown toss to Devontae Smith, also playing in the NFL. Alabama receivers everywhere. We hope that Jalen Waddle is okay, as he went off injured. And Tua talked about, you remember the time with those guys, wherever they are, how briefly they played together. This was obviously before the game on the field. And Ridley and Waddle, as well as Tua and Ridley. And Waddle is back out there for Miami. And that's encouraging. He looked like he was in a lot of pain. Still Malcolm Brown out with a quad injury, had a rib injury coming into the game. Trailing by 3 now. Myles Gaskin pushing his way for 5 yards. Jen?
It's good to see Waddle back out there. He was testing that ankle here on the sidelines. I'm standing right behind Malcolm Brown. He does have his helmet on, but he has not returned to action yet. Meanwhile, we are still waiting on Jerome Baker. He's got that quad to come back out of the locker room. We'll let you know what Coach says at halftime about his status.
All right, thank you. A knee injury is what the Dolphins are saying on Baker, as Gaskin remains the back here. Fake to him. Waddle has it and surges upfield for a first down. And we talked about Alabama receivers everywhere in the NFL, and look, you talk about, and we've got, Henry Riggs playing against Devontae Smith. Eagle Raider game today. Julio Jones, the former Falcon, now in Tennessee.
Pretty impressive list of wide receivers right there coming out. And I love that reunion that we saw, whether it was Tua and Calvin Ridley or Jalen and Calvin. It's awesome.
Future stars playing on the big stage. Oh, a nice little flip, and there goes Waddle. Inside the 35 of Miami, the 45. That's a first down.
And this is kind of that run-pass conflict that you put people into, and it's going to be Jalen Waddle on that inside route right there, and that comes right over the top of Deion Jones, who moved up to make a play on the run.
Yep. And we have, Daryl, it's A.J. Terrell, outstanding corner, who is slow to get up. He is at the 46 being tended to. We hope that he's okay. We'll check on that and have more in a moment.
And NFL apps.
A.J. Terrell, best corner, best cover guy on that Atlanta secondary, heading over to the bench. T.J. Green, third-year player from Clemson, will come in. We'll see if the Dolphins attack that area.
Right there, Mike, 45, ready.
On a first down inside the 45, Ahmed gets a couple.
We'll go back and take a look at that injury. You pointed out, Chris, he's their big cover corner, kind of in an awkward position when he comes up to make that tackle, right? He kind of gets crossed up a little bit with the lower legs, but it's good to see him come up out of that to finish the tackle. But on the sideline right now, we talked about, hey, Fabian Moreau's done a great job being opposite of A.J. Terrell. Now we got to see how T.J. Green holds up filling in for A.J. Terrell.
Comes a flag. Atlanta was coming with the blitz, and it's against Miami.
Ball start. Offense. Number 74. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Liam Eichenberg has done a nice job at that left tackle spot. The rookie, it's the first penalty accepted today. Austin Jackson, who they drafted #1, they've moved him around from tackle. They may have found a spot with him at left guard.
And that's one of those areas, Chris, we look at what Miami did last year, 10-6, just missed out on the playoffs. I mean, you expect them to take that next step this year, but there's a number of areas that have prevented that progress from happening, and one of those is penalties. A big uptick from last year to this year with the penalties. Third down defense, probably the one they're struggling with the most.
2nd and 13 open. Short of the first down, Preston Williams. Well, on the offensive line, here comes a flag. This may be, they were reaching into the face mask area. We're nearing the 2-minute warning here. You just heard Arthur Smith say that's not a face mask.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense, number 92. 15 yards will be added to the dead ball spot. Automatic. First down.
Well, Coach, I'm going to have to beg to differ with you.
He doesn't have the benefit of replay. That's what it tells you. The officiating crew is right on top of it.
Yeah.
Ade Ogundeji.
He looked at the highlights like, okay, yeah, it was.
I shouldn't have argued. I don't know how the refs put up with all that.
What a pleasure it was talking with him.
He's a straightforward guy, I'll tell you. They're going to let this clock run down to the 2-minute mark. A frustrated look from the Falcons head coach, but Ridley gets the touchdown. Miami's on the move, and we're at the 2-minute warning.
This is Antonelli's Cheese Shop, and we're the Antonellis. Do good, eat good.
Our producer Eric Billigmeyer, director Scott Katz, they slipped out of the truck for a moment to kind of take in the vibe here. Don't forget the Verizon halftime coming up with highlights on the Green Bay Packers. Sam Darnold back to the Meadowlands against the Giants, and the Titans steamrolling the Chiefs at the moment. Terrell is back out there at the corner spot for Atlanta. Daryl Johnston, Jen Hale, Chris Myers. Awfully good of you to be tuning in here. It's a tight one. On a first down from the 27 of Atlanta, Gaskin carries inside the 25. Time for a game break, and here's Carissa.
Myers does the jokes. I do the highlights. Bengals Ravens tied at 3. Joe Burrow finds C.J. Uzomah deep, 55-yard score. Bengals up on the Ravens, 10-3. Chris?
All right. You got it, Carissa. That's a deal. That's what we do here. So a timeout used by Atlanta. So they're hoping that whatever happens here, they're going to get some time back against the Dolphins. And remember, they deferred, so they're going to get the second half kickoff. Arthur Smith kind of used the clock to his advantage. And boy, we talked to him. I love what he said as a first-year head coach, right? He's been around the league, worked his way up, that I don't want to be one of those reality star coaches where I'm drinking coffee at 5 a.m. and I'm showing it, they're just showing me going to the office and everybody's staying late. I just want to coach the players, win the games.
And the other thing you share, more games lost in the NFL due to poorly managed situational opportunity. So to your point, what he's doing right here, he's trying to get that great double dip. Points at the end of the half, you've deferred, you get the ball back to start the second.
Without the drama, Tua has time, connects at the 20, fighting to try to get near the first down is Durham Smythe. And I would say we'll check the spot. But that extra muscle, he got it.
That's a really good job by Durham Smythe. And again, Atlanta's trying to generate a turnover, trying to take the ball away as he stopped right there, and he's able to slide through and get the yards necessary for the first.
Tua keeps, slides up the middle. Gaskin falls back on him inside the 15. And the clock continuing to run. That may change the dynamic a little bit for Atlanta. As Brian Flores says, hey, we want to take up all the time we can and hopefully produce a touchdown here. Under a minute. Tua for the end zone, and it's intercepted. The receiver had not turned around, and Jalen Hawkins was back there for the pick. He's trying to go to Smythe again and had to throw it early. Hawkins has the only 2 interceptions that Atlanta has this year, and that was a big one.
Yeah, and that's not a good throw. That's similar to the interception he had over there in London. I want you to watch Deion Jones right here, and then also you got kind of front and back. There's your safety help over the top, and he's going to try to fit it into 81 Durham Smythe, and that's just not a window that's open with that coverage right there. So bad decision by Tua on that.
It looked like he could have gone short to Gaskin, but we're seeing a different view from up here.
And how many times have we seen here in the first half where he's been that guy that's taken who's open, not who he's trying to get it to? Just check it down. Let your guys catch the ball and see what they can do after the catch.
Tua shook off the interception last week against Jacksonville when the Jags got their first win. Ryan comes out firing and floats. And almost to Kyle Pitts with a one-arm grab that flag down.
Oh, is this going to be offensive pass interference because he had the arm back? Are they going to say he tried to pull an old Michael Irvin?
This is incredible. With one hand extending the arm.
Defense number 21.
It's on Rowe. It's on the defense, and clearly that was an excellent route run by the tight end Pitts.
Isn't it amazing, though? He has that breakout game in London a couple of weeks ago against the Jets, and now all of a sudden the confidence, and that's the biggest thing. We all know who Kyle Pitts is athletically. He's just got to continue to improve up here, gain that confidence at this level, and he is going to be something unique.
Yeah, Matt Ryan said he has the size and strength. He can be a Tony Gonzalez, and that Tony Gonzalez changed Matt Ryan's career when he was in Atlanta. Inside the 35 is Hayden Hurst, back to the tight end.
That's kind of funny. He was reminiscing back into the old days with Roddy White and Michael Turner.
Second
when we
charge timeout, first half, Atlanta. 30-second timeout.
We're explosive in the pass game, but we're physical in the run game, and I think that he sees a lot of similarities to what Arthur Smith has brought from Tennessee with this offense and the way he's building this team to what they had early on when it was Roddy White and Michael Turner with him.
Yeah, I like what he said about this team, though, when I asked about, they're at 2-3 And he was adamant about we do have the talent in our locker room. He didn't say to go to the playoffs, but he said to make a push. And he's comfortable for dealing with a first-year head coach. And boy, that's kind of, Smith said when he got here, I've been a Matt Ryan fan a long time. He's the face of our franchise. We want to go with him. They considered quarterbacks drafting, but stayed with Ryan for that belief. As Ryan sets to throw and dumps it off to Tajay Sharp.
How many first-time head coaches get a guy like Matt Ryan as your quarterback? I mean, a lot of times those coaches are going into a situation where there's a big change, and the reason you're losing is because you have to find that next quarterback.
So Atlanta has used their last timeout, and we have 16 seconds remaining. Verizon halftime coming up with all the highlights of the other games going on. There aren't a whole lot of early games. You got that Cincinnati-Baltimore game.
We'll find out about Cincinnati in that one. We've had them a couple of times this year. They are much improved from last year. But we talked about, right, we need to see them against Baltimore. We need to see them against Cleveland. They've cleared the Pittsburgh hurdle, but we need to see them against some of those tough divisional opponents that can really run the ball effectively.
After the interceptions, the Falcons have had some big plays here to keep this 3-point lead. They blocked a field goal. And they've marched after the pick in field goal range. Ryan, remember, doesn't have a timeout here. That's Calvin Ridley, who had the touchdown catch a moment ago to put the Falcons ahead. Ryan with his 11th touchdown pass earlier in this game. And has thrown for over 160 yards. Right now, you're looking at a 40-yard try with 12 seconds left. And if it's in the middle of the field, you're going to have to spike it. So he goes to the sideline. It's open. They get a little closer. Russell Gage, former LSU star, working okay off that angle. There's Younghoe Koo.
See, and I think this is another example of Arthur Smith saying, more games are lost in the NFL due to the poor management of situational play. Is 7 seconds enough to maybe take a shot into the end zone to go a little bit further down the field? Absolutely. But what if something goes wrong on that snap and you give up the opportunity to attempt a field goal and you leave 3 points on the field?
Well, that positioning you talked about when Arthur Smith had called that early timeout and the Dolphins were driving, ended up working in their favor from 36 yards away, and he's as automatic can be, and it's now a 6-point Atlanta lead. Falcons after a week off and a victory. By the way, this is the first time that two teams, after having a game internationally over in London, come back and face each other in the next game. And so far, what do you think? Let's talk Tua, because I thought other than the interception, he's played an outstanding first half.
Yeah, unfortunately this week he didn't get an opportunity to bounce back from that bad decision on that interception. So we'll see what he does when he comes out in the second half. But that was his big mistake here. It cost the team points. So that's going to be tough. I'm impressed with Atlanta. Everything that we heard from them during the course of the week about the process and progressing from week to week and getting better, you're starting to see. It wasn't a great start. I mean, it was a fantastic start for Miami. Long touchdown drive, defense forces a 3-and-out. But it just seems like Atlanta mentally is in a better place in year 1 than Miami is in year 3 under Brian Flores.
And the Falcons will receive, or are set to receive, the second half kickoff. We still have 4 seconds here, and Myles Gaskin is back for Miami. Each team with a touchdown. The Dolphins scored on their opening drive, and then after that, I mentioned the interception, the block kick. They've moved the ball well. It's only a 13-7 score at the moment. Gaskin will have a chance from inside the 5 to return. And special teams work keeps him short of the 19-yard line. Time expires. Our first half stats are brought to you by State Farm. That's today's game flow, brought to you by Progressive. Looking at how things went in the first half. Dolphins scored on their opening drive, and Tua looked really sharp, suffered the interception, and now the Falcons are getting ready to receive the football, leading by 6. Daryl Johnston, Chris Myers, thanks for being with us for the second half here. What are you expecting here from Atlanta?
Well, this is exactly why you defer. You get some points at the end of that first half. Now you're trying to complete that double play and get some points here on the opening drive. So the big question for me is, as you pointed out, it was a great job by Tua on that opening drive. The defense comes out and forces a 3-and-out, and then we had some mistakes. You saw on the graphic with the progressive, it was a blocked field goal. That cost you 3 and gave them the opportunity for points, and then that interception at the end of the half. Everything else on that halftime stat sheet is similar, almost equal, except the fact that there's a blocked kick and a turnover by Miami.
Yeah, we've had 18 different players catch a football today between the two teams combined. Just haven't had a lot of big plays. Tight end Kyle Pitts had that sideline grab that was absolutely incredible that helped set up a score, but just haven't had. You think with the kind of receivers and the talent these teams have, you might see more big plays. Competitive game. Back to receive for Darrell Patterson. He's bringing it out. And hit hard up across the 22-yard line. Let's check in with Jen Hay.
Chris, it might have been a slow start for the Falcons, but Arthur Smith loves how they finished. He's very proud of how the squad handled this situational football plays today. He says that is a real point of growth for them from week 1 until now. And you and Darrell were talking about the variety of weapons, 18 players catching a different pass for both teams. Arthur Smith thinks that's a real strength for the Falcons. He's not looking to run through this offense through just 1 or 2 players. He thinks the Falcons are at their best when there are a variety of weapons who can hurt the Dolphins.
All right, thank you, Jen. Malcolm Brown and Jerome Baker are both out for the Dolphins. As Ryan on first down goes sideline, and there's Pitts with another great catch. Did he hang on? The official is saying yes before he went out of bounds and lost possession of the football. Eric Rowe was on the coverage.
Well, let's go through the process of the catch, right? So you got to have control, possession, and then time. So there's the control, possession, gets the 2 feet in.
That's your own right. It is a catch. Possession, 2 feet, and the foot, and the move forward, and then he's out of bounds. So it doesn't matter. That should be a catch. Let's see if we're going to get any question from the Dolphins sideline. A pickup 26 yards at the moment. And that's a Landon Roberts who headed over the sideline, banged up on that play. Kyle Pitts, most receiving yards in the first 6 games of a career of any rookie tight end. Setting milestones for Atlanta. Patterson the handoff. Hit hard at midfield and falls to the Dolphins side of the field. Those are the numbers, over 400 yards, and he's not done yet.
He's living up to that unicorn title.
He is special.
He really is.
You can see why they drafted him where they did instead of taking, as they said, hey, what if we did go quarterback, the 4th best quarterback? No, we got Matt Ryan. Let's get a guy who could be a game changer. Ryan protected well, going deep. Russell Gage, and that's a Falcons touchdown. A 49, there's your big play, 49 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah. And I don't know what the defensive backs for Miami were sitting on. Javon Holland is going to be number 8. Watch, he's going to be the one in the middle of the field. Watch, he's got his feet set in the turf. And Russell Gage just goes right by him. You can see Xavier Howard on the outside. He's giving inside leverage because he knows he has safety help, but Javon Holland was sitting on something, and Russell Gage ran right by him.
Xavier Howard, the highest paid corner in the NFL this year, just ahead of Jalen Ramsey. The extra point is good. Matt Ryan now, he's thrown a touchdown pass to Calvin Ridley and a fleet-footed Russell Gage. And the Dolphin defense stunned. Matt Ryan delivers, and Russell Gage first touchdown catch of this year, 6th in his career, and the 49-yarder, the longest of any kind in his career, and the biggest play, the longest scoring play for Atlanta this season. They cover 77 yards in just over a minute. They've now scored 20 straight points after trailing 7-0.
but, not pushing it, right? Not pressing that situation. You want to be explosive. You want to have those big plays, especially with the personnel that you have offensively for the Atlanta Falcons. But it will come, and I think that's why this process has been so good. It's been a gradual improvement week after week after week.
Out to the 25. Jen, what's going on?
Well, Chris, Tua was visibly frustrated after that interception to end the first half. And Coach Brian Flores sat him down at halftime and said, hey, you got to let it go. You've got to move on, flush it. And that really just follows up on everything Charlie Fry has been instilling in Tua this past week, emphasizing the mental over the physical. Since he's come back out, Tua's looked much more comfortable and at ease. We'll see if it translates now to the field.
Well, he's going to have to play catch-up now. It's a little bit different. It was a one-score game a moment ago. Miles Gaskin with Malcolm Brown out for the remainder of the game. He actually started on that opening drive. And here goes Gaskin. That gets a hole and out to the 34-yard line.
Yeah, and I don't think they have to do, Chris. I think they can stay true to their game plan. It's a two-possession game right now. We talked about the run game kind of being one of the things that helped them on that opening drive, and that'll help Tua settle down a little bit. Exactly to Jen's point, if he is in a much better frame of mind coming out here and he can lean on that run game a little bit, find Gesicki and some of those other tight ends on National Tight End Day and celebrate a little bit there, it's just going to help him continue to be in a good frame of mind.
There is Gesicki, 88, moving over to the right of Tua as Gaskin carries and gets the first down. Some strong runs. This is what they did so well to start the game and produce that touchdown. And first down now at the 40.
Yeah, and that's one of the aspects of this defense. Dean Pease, we remember Dean Pease from New England, from Baltimore. They've got big bodies, right? These guys aren't as big in certain positions. So it's not just the numbers in the box when you're trying to decide whether to run or pass. It's also the size that's in that box of 7'9" when you make that decision to run or not.
Gaskin met by the Falcons and knocked down short of the 40-yard line. Grady Jarrett, two-time Pro Bowler, clogging things up. And this offensive line for Miami, they've started really a different offensive line in each of the 5 previous weeks. Done a pretty good job of moving the football, and Tua's looked comfortable, spreading the ball around.
We got foul?
Blitz is on and he goes down. Now he's uncomfortable inside the 30. And a sack from Deion Jones, one of the leading tacklers in this game.
And he just missed it. He's got a hot adjust. I mean, it's pretty simple. This is kind of football 101 right here, right? Deion Jones is, sorry, the one behind. There's Deion Jones behind number 45. You've got him coming. Now there's a hot right there. There's a hot adjust. There comes the receiver right in there. And he doesn't get it to him. So when you have a blitz like that coming off the edge and you've left somebody up, your wide receiver adjusts so you can get it out there quick, and they were out of sync.
Now a 3rd down and 20. Sliding for the catch, Durham Smythe. Short of the first down. They'll have to bring out the punting unit. And let's check it again with Carissa.
Thank you, Chris. Packers up 14-7 following a Taylor Heineke fumble. Aaron Rodgers finds Robert Tonyan for this 20-yard score on National Tight End Day. It's fitting Packers leading this one 21-7. Chris?
Thanks, Carissa. Yeah, the tight ends all over the place having big days. In that Jets game, Zach Wilson, injured his knee. The rookie quarterback starting, 2nd overall pick. New England leading the Jets. Zacchaeus running up the sideline, went a long way and made a lot happen. Getting all the way up to the 30. Olamide Zacchaeus, after a 60-yard punt, make that a 47-yard punt and a healthy return. Kyle Pitts, we'll see him in action. He's had a terrific day and a terrific rookie season. Rookie tight end Kyle Pitts, who, like Matt Ryan, from the Philadelphia area, when he was in high school, Darryl, the coaches wanted to move him to quarterback. He said, no, I like tight end. I think I can make it big there. He is big.
I see the league changing.
Yes. Wayne Gallman is in and carries.
He is something else. He is very unique. And I was kind of the same way. I mean, you're going to make him the highest drafted tight end in the history of the NFL. And you just say, hey, the numbers and the film are just, he's once in a generation. And he's starting to live up to that. And it's been fun to watch him kind of hang in there and progress with everything.
A generational talent is how Arthur Smith described him. Matt Ryan, 8 straight completions, by the way. Backpedaling, and a high catch held on to. Did Ridley stay in bounds? Looked like he had to back up to haul that in. Ruled out of bounds.
It's a right foot down. Yeah. Left foot was down, right foot not able to get it in.
Yeah, better throw. He would have had it. Now 3rd and 8. Chance for the Dolphin defense to make a splash here. See if they bring extra pressure or not. It's appearing that way. Now they drop off. It's a 4-man rush, and Ryan dumps it off. That's Patterson brought down right away, and it'll be 4th down. Needed to get to a 40-yard line. Eric Rowe was there to make the play.
Now, he had hung in a little bit longer with Mike Davis coming across the other side. He was going to pop open in the flat for him there. Might have given him a better chance. But, hey, you get an opportunity with Cordarrelle Patterson. He's a unique guy with a football in his hand.
And the pressure was coming. Javon Holland back to receive the punt. Falcons open up the lead a little bit wider here in the second half. Colquitt from the Atlanta 25 booms it away. Holland has it and slips through. What a return, all the way up across the 40. Picked up 15 yards plus. Did not put the fair catch sign up and made something happen. Dolphins have an opportunity now to cut into the Falcons' lead. 3-1 the previous year. The Braves couldn't get it done. This time they said we're different, and they proved it. Look forward to that. I guess you get on the I-10 and you cruise between Houston and Atlanta, and it should be a lot of fun throughout that series on Fox. Fin fans. Up to the 43 after that 16-yard punt return. Tua to throw, has time, goes underneath. Adam Shaheen, the tight end. Boy, when you look at the history of the Dolphin quarterbacks going back through the franchise, after these were the stable 3. Right? Look at the playoff appearances. 5 Super Bowls, you won 2 of them. And then it was, a 1 and a 2 and a 22, because all of these different quarterbacks, 22 during that time, didn't even have time to show it to you, as Gaskin runs all the way down to the 35-yard line. And that'll help any quarterback out.
And that's the big thing here today. The running game has been as productive as it's been all season, except the Raider game. And it's something that they need to stay with and make sure they're being able to utilize that, then to take advantage of the play action, take advantage of the RPO segment.
16-yard run for Gaskin, and wide open at the 32. Preston Williams couldn't hold on. The Dolphins lead the NFL in drop passes. 17 coming in.
And really soft coverage right now by the Atlanta Falcons. We saw the big touchdown pass to Russell Gage. You don't want to give up something cheap and easy over the top. All right, if you're going to play soft coverage, we're just going to continue to throw these shorter routes, but you got to look at all the way in and finish that catch.
Frustration there. Tua with the fake and has time. Open sideline, got it inside the 25-yard line. That's Waddle. That's a nice throw from Tua.
That is one of the things that he's going to get better at, finding those soft spots in the zone. So watch this right here. Working against Fabian Moreau, you get to the outside, the numbers there. It's hard for the corner to get back underneath that, and it's too far for the safety to help out.
Myles Gaskin straight ahead to the 20, gets knocked backward.
I think one of the things for young quarterbacks, it's really just building that catalog on things to see too, and having that experience, on game days, things that you've seen before. And he's so early in this process that it's easy to give him something that he's not familiar with or hasn't seen yet, especially against a defensive coordinator as seasoned as Dean Pease is.
Savon Ahmed comes in at running back, and Tua throws complete to the tight end Shaheen. Inside the 15, and there goes the whistle. Oh, careful there. Now fired up Austin Jackson, and Tua's back there trying to line people up. They're just short. About a yard or two here for the first down. We'll call it a long 1 yard on third down. Ahmed the carry. He gets the first down. First and goal, Dolphins. We have not seen Jacoby Brissett today, who sometimes would come in and run the football.
Yeah, nice job by Austin Jackson here. Helps on the double team on Grady Jarrett and is able to get off and get Deion Jones as he's coming through as the linebacker.
Gaskin has it, trying to find room. Can't get to the 5-yard line. 6-minute mark of the third quarter. Best scoring chance for the Dolphins since their touchdown and then the blocked field goal.
Well, nice little span of complimentary football right here. Defense comes out and makes a play, and then you get your special teams involved. Javon Holland has a nice punt return, gives your offense good field position. Right now, Tua's taking advantage of that.
Tua, with time, spins out of it. Now he can run if he wants. He'll keep. There's a flag down, and he goes down inside the 5. Ron Harmon made the tackle from his safety spot, or Tua was in the end zone, and we have a second flag as well.
I think we're going to have a hold in the end zone on Foye Oluokun.
Looks, I see 3 flags.
Yeah,
one at the 21, one at the 17, and one at the...
I think the ones out here are holding on Jesse Davis.
Fouls against both teams on the play. Holding. Defense number 54. Holding. Offense number 77. Those fouls offset. Second down.
We'll try it again.
Jesse Davis pleading his case with the official. Oh, come on, that was such an acting job. I didn't hold that guy.
From the 6-yard line. Second try on second and goal. Tua for the end zone. Reaching up and grabbing. Mike Gesicki with a Dolphin touchdown on National Tight Ends Day. Gesicki had the leap to catch it and then the leap to celebrate, and he's still leaping.
Well, that's a lot of confidence and a lot of trust right there between Mike Gesicki and Tua Tagovailoa, because he's covered well. Richie Grant is right there. And this is just size and trust and wingspan, and you've even got a little bit of help from Fabian Moreau dropping off of his guy.
Yeah, we saw Moreau knock one away from Gesicki earlier in the game. Extra point is good. Second touchdown grab of the year. Second most receiving yards by a Dolphin tight end in his first 6 games. Randy McMichael is leading the way. This is good for a touchdown. Wonder if Joe Rose is on that list.
Feels so good to be alive.
Okay, they got a nice up-close picture.
Now he looks like a coach. He's critiquing Gesicki. Gesicki, you gotta get up on that play. We need another one.
Give him a football. National Fan Day for that youngster who will remember that forever. His Miami football shirt, by the way, the Hurricanes, University of Miami winning yesterday. And importantly for the Dolphins, back to within 6. 10 completions to tight ends for the Dolphins today. 9 for Atlanta. We got quite a battle with Kyle Pitts from Atlanta and Gesicki from the Dolphins. Tua with that toss, and Matt Ryan has had a good day.
Yeah, and let's see what his response is, because that's one of the things that Tua has done the last couple of weeks is the response. And Matt Ryan has been outstanding this afternoon. He's got his trust with Kyle Pitts there on the outside. He's becoming one of his go-to guys, and the big one over the top to Russell Gage that made it a 2-possession game. But Tua brings his team back down the field to make it a 1. Let's see what Matt Ryan can do with the football right here.
Over 100 receiving yards for Kyle Pitts. Ryan on the move and plays it safe. Pitts was there, but he was double covered. Let's get another game break with Carissa.
Thank you, Chris. Bengals trailing 17-13. Joe Burrow finds C.J. Uzomah. Second one for him of the day. This one from 32 yards out. Bengals back in front. 2017 National Tight End Day, and they're showing up.
Uzomah, who's made big catches for them. We've seen big plays from tight ends where they got the day right.
Yeah, they definitely got the memo that went out at the beginning of the week. Holy cow.
There's a heartbeat to this crowd now here at Hard Rock. Ryan on the run. Receiver fell down. Incomplete. Trying to go to Hayden Hurst, the other tight end, and Rowe was with him.
Yeah, Matt Ryan was looking for Russell Gage coming across the field, but he got tied up and stumbled and went down, and he had to adjust last second. And that's one of the things that Arthur Smith has been impressed with Matt Ryan in this offense. And, you know, when he's going through his progression, he's getting down to the third, sometimes fourth guy, where he said back at Tennessee with Ryan Tannehill, you know, you get to 2 and then you want to take off and use your athletic ability to run the football. But, you know, Coach Smith is seeing some interesting things in his offense as Matt progresses through it.
Ryan has time in between a couple of defenders. It's a first down grab by Kyle Pitts.
Boy, I tell you, he's good. This is impressive. You hear about him and you watch him on film, but he just seems to get better and better. Look at the physicality and then just kind of the subtle. That was like veteran savvy, right? You can just kind of throw him away to create your separation, but you do it in a way where you're not going to create a lot of attention to get that flag thrown. Boy, he's grown up the last couple of weeks.
And developing quite a connection with Matt Ryan. Pickup of 11 there. Patterson is the back. And stumbles to the 39-yard line, staying in bounds. Matt Ryan at age 36. They traded away Julio Jones, wondered where he stood. His new head coach, rookie head coach, said we want this guy to continue to be the face of the franchise. He's been a fan of his ever since they saw each other back in college. Mike Davis now is the running back on 2nd and 8. What a catch. Tajay Sharp. Ryan going one way, Sharp going the other way, and it's a Atlanta first down.
Yeah, and I just wonder if he saw Andrew Van Ginkel. Watch 43. He's the guy that's going to drop into coverage. And as everything starts to break down, he's moving across. I thought he was moving right into the pass of that throw. What a really nice feel by Matt Ryan right there. Because that's rule number 1, right? As a quarterback, if you're drifting away, you don't want to be throwing that into the middle of the field.
Sharp in motion, fake to Patterson. Middle of the field is open to Calvin Ridley. The ball comes out. And the Dolphins missed a chance to grab it on the second rebound. They did come up with it. The official is saying incomplete, but that looked close on the reception.
That's it.
What a hit from Holland. I guess if you slow it down, you'd have to challenge this. If you're Miami, did you wind up there was a clear recovery? Here's the real time.
It really looks like one of those plays that Mike and Dean call the bang-bang type plays, and a lot of times those will stay as called.
Well, that second foot is down, and from that point of view, he wasn't juggling the football, but if well, the football move was the tackle.
Yeah, he didn't have that time component, which is a move common to the game. So that was the one that was missing to really kind of create that possession.
It's an unfortunate break for Miami because they, on the hit, they ended up with a recovery. We do have an injured player, but let's get a thought on Mike Pereira. And it's Calvin Ridley who is slow to get up. But, Mike, how did you see this?
No, I see it, Chris, is clearly incomplete because as you start saying, the three-part process, A, control, there was. B, both feet down, there was that. But then you have to have an element of time, which is like a third step. But look at, there's never a third step. He doesn't turn upfield and make a football move. So it's a good job on the field, in my opinion, of staying with an incomplete pass here.
All right, we don't have a challenge yet, and that's the way it was ruled. Mike, thank you very much, as always. It was ruled right away as incomplete.
And you know what? The other part of that, Javon Holland, the tackle, shoulder, away from the head neck area. Don't give an opportunity to throw that flag on a hit on a defenseless player. And again, there's another example of the guys starting to understand and respect. Years ago, that's an opportunity for a huge hit on a receiver coming across the middle of the field. So hats off to Javon Holland, putting a big hit and separating a player from the football, but doing it in a way that the league is trying to create.
And helmet off on Calvin Ridley appears to be okay to the sideline. 3 catches and a touchdown. That one incomplete. From midfield now, 2nd and 10. Ryan incomplete. Patterson was the target. Xavier Howard, good coverage. Coming off a shoulder and groin injury.
Cordell working on the outside. Good outside step to get your position back inside, and he was really frustrated. That's a lot of contact right there on that play, but no call by the officials. Cordell Patterson was not happy with that call.
Calvin Ridley back on the field for Atlanta on a 3rd and 10. Up a big plays by the Miami defense already. Ryan with a deep drop. Fires through the hands of his intended target, Russell Gage, and it's 4th down.
And something was amiss on that play right there, because you usually don't see your 2 receivers in that close of proximity together. Russell Gage is right there. Now, Kyle Pitts is right on top of him. He's just out of frame, but he's only about 5 to 7 yards away from him, almost on the exact same path. So maybe a little bit of confusion on who had what route on that play call.
Javon Holland back to receive around the 10-yard line. Big stand there needed by the Miami defense, trailing by 6 and ready to get the ball back on a 4th and 10. Colquitt bangs it out of there. Holland has it, no fair catch, and he is smothered and knocked backwards. Olamide Zaccheaus made the hit. Now this from Michelob Ultra and Lowe's.
If sweat is your body's natural way of cooling itself down, then condensation is a beer's natural way of saying, drink me.
With the Lowe's home team, you can go for it. Go big. And afford the best. With the Lowe's home team, you'll win the home game.
Try out for the Lowe's home team today.
Falcon fans blending in here with the Dolphin fans. Been a good one. Miami trying to end that 5-game losing skid. Falcons coming off their bye week, hoping to get to 3-3. Dolphins declined to have the bye week right after, or at least they didn't request it early enough after their game overseas, so they're playing through. Tua on the run, completes at the 20-yard line. It's Mac Hollins, popular player, captain of the special teams and an all-around hustler, backup receiver.
Yeah, he's one of those guys. He's a glue guy on your team, special teams. He gets out to the wide receiver spot. Jumped in the lineup last week, had a heck of an afternoon. You got to have guys like Mac Hollins on your roster.
A yard for a 1st down. Ahmed went one way, got knocked back the other way. Brandon Copeland there for Atlanta, short. Going to bring up 3rd and short. Deion Jones, leading tackler in the game for Atlanta with 13.
That was a big play right there by Brandon Copeland. You're going to force this team to snap it on this 3rd and 1 situation. So good job shedding that block and a real strong tackle right at the point to keep him short.
Gaskin gets the first down. Flag comes in as he goes to the 25-yard line. Came in from behind the carry by Myles Gaskin.
Holding. Offense. Number 73. 10-yard penalty. Third down.
That's former #1 draft pick Austin Jackson. Let's get a game break. Here's Carissa.
Speaking of #1 draft picks and Joe Burrow and his old college teammate Jamar Chase, what a connection they have. This one to 82 yards. Jamar Chase now has the most receiving yards in his first 7 games in NFL history. Bengals up on the Ravens by 10. Chris?
#1 draft pick. You segue because you care.
Hey, Chris, this is a huge play right here. Austin Jackson. Watch how well it's blocked with Liam Eicherson and then also with Durham Smythe coming around. They create that lane. You can see the hold by Austin Jackson there right out in the open. So they're going to convert to 3rd and 1 and keep moving. Now you're back to 3rd and 11.
Terrell steps out. Green is in at a corner spot. See if Tua and the Dolphins attack there. Ahmed is the running back. Gaskin was slow getting up. Tua gets out of it. And he's going to have to keep now to the 20, short of the first down. Marlon Davidson ran him down. He knew he had to throw it. He wanted to throw it to try and get that first down.
Yeah, and a nice dive. He's scrambling, but his eyes are down the field, and then all of a sudden, now I've got no choice. I got to tuck it down. You got to be a little bit better with the ball security because you got big players coming behind. That's Marlon Davidson retracing his steps, getting back after Tua. So that big penalty on Austin Jackson kills that possession, and that's one of the things that we talked about in the first half. The penalties are a little bit of an uptick from last season, and critical ones like that have really cost the Dolphins.
Pilardi with the boot. The ball's going to hit at the 40 and roll, and through Olamide Zaccheaus. Now, we had this last week with Jacksonville. The officials are ruling it. Let's see what they're ruling on the field. They're ruling that he did not touch it. Dolphins thought, boy, it was close last week against Jacksonville over in London. What do you think here? And did Zaccheaus touch it? Right through his legs.
Through the 5-hole.
Oh, my goodness. If he was the Braves shortstop, he'd have had that.
4 Super Bowls, 6 AFC.
It's a 58-yard punt. Zaccheaus through his legs, and the replay clearly shows it was not touched. And watch his reaction afterwards. He did not act like a guy who got his fingers or his leg on the football.
Yeah, that's my thing is if it did touch you, I don't think there's any way possible for somebody in that competitive environment not to pivot around and try to go touch, recover that fumble if they feel it did touch them. So I don't know, maybe he's got better control than I would, but if that thing touched me at all, I'd be pivoting trying to recover that fumble.
At the end, you could clearly see him, hey, there's nothing to see here. It was like, okay, we're good to go. Scoring by quarter. We start the 4th. With Darryl Johnston. Jen Hale down on the field had Chris Myers and a Falcon lead in this game, but the Dolphins responded offensively, and then Brian Flores got enough out of his defense. But now the Falcons have another opportunity to make it more than a one-possession game. 2 touchdown passes for Ryan and 2 touchdown tosses for Tua.
That's just another one of those plays that Brian Flores talks about where, we can't get on the right side of these critical snaps during the game. I mean, that's how many times 2 weeks in a row do you see a play like that?
That close.
That is that close that gets called the other way and prevents you from having a touchdown against the Jacksonville Jaguars. And right there, you're going to have great field position to start your drive. And it's just like luck is not bouncing your way.
I thought last week was actually closer. I thought it did touch the fingertips, but it's history now on a 2nd down 8. Ryan from the pocket and off the hands of Kyle Pitts. Holland doing a good job running with him.
Working against Jason McCourty, the safety, one-on-one. A little stumble when he goes back inside, and that ball's a little bit on the back shoulder.
Holland behind him. And now 3rd and 8. senior member of this Dolphin team at age 34, McCourty. Where does Ryan go with the football? Blitz is on. He has a moment. And whoa, did he hang on? Take it away! Ridley had it. Howard does now. And Howard goes into the end zone. But they're going to say he's down after the takeaway. No touchdown, but it's the Dolphins football.
Rolling on the field as the ball is intercepted by the defending player, and he's ruled down by contact.
Working against Calvin Ridley. Again, this ball is a little bit behind Calvin. He sees this quarterback in trouble, breaks across the field. It's out front, actually, and as he's pulling it back to secure it, Xavier Howard never gives up on that play and steals it right away from him.
14 minutes, 9
But there's the contact right there.
And he still doesn't have the ball possessed. I thought he got it a lot sooner than that.
Yeah, but you saw him roll on the leg, and that contact is why it's not a touchdown, but it is a takeaway spotted right there at the 32. Howard came in tied for the most interceptions in the NFL since he came into the NFL back in 2016. This is 24th career pick.
Now, he had 10 last season. I mean, that was the big thing. That Dolphin defense in 2020 last season, they were just fantastic at taking the football away the second half of the season.
Only 7 takeaways coming into this game, and Tua's in trouble, and it's intercepted. Olakon takes it back for Atlanta, and he's trying to take it to the house. Down around the 10-yard line. That's how quickly things can turn.
I mean, we just go through the scenario of the punt where the ball almost touches a player back-to-back weeks. Here it is again where the defense generates a turnover, and on the next snap, Tua Tagovailoa makes a critical mistake. I mean, watch this. I mean, this is such a bad decision by Tua in this situation. Everything is breaking down, and you're throwing it into the middle of the field. You don't know what's happened.
These are the things with a young quarterback, and then it raises the question of why maybe ownership might be in a hurry to address that position. Thus those rumors or the contact, and what pressure by Grady Jarrett.
You know what? It's hard for a competitive guy at the quarterback position to take that sack. You want to do everything you can to prevent from having a negative play like a sack, but sometimes it is the best and smartest thing to do, and that's a great example right there.
Patterson carries. Olakon returned that 56 yards. A couple of big plays, the pressure up front, being able to come up with the interception. And the Falcons are back in control, just under 14 minutes to play here. 2 interceptions today for Tua. It turned this game upside down, going the other way. Miami in position to score, and now the Falcons can add on. Mike Davis is the back. Hayden Hurst, the tight end, dancing around. Ryan. Quick flip, catch made. Ridley to about the 6-yard line. And a flag down back around the 25-yard line.
Personal foul, roughing the passer on the defense. Half the distance to the goal, automatic, first down.
Didn't get a number, but we'll check the replay, Daryl, and you can take us through it. That's a big call.
Yeah, this is the blow, the forcible blow to the head of the quarterback, and this is an easy call.
On number 98.
Thank you.
So here he is, number 98 right there. So he's going to come in. There's the hand up around the head area of Matt Ryan. So he hits him in the face with a forcible blow. Now, they're looking for consistency with that call through the course of the season, because it's been one where we've had games where it's been, yeah, it's there, but is it forcible enough? That one obviously was.
Saw the head snap back. Handoff here. Cordero Patterson, and that's a Falcon touchdown. Weaving his way in. Second rushing touchdown of the season for Cordero Patterson.
Well, this is outstanding. I mean, Keith Smith and Cordero Patterson. Watch how in sync they are on this play. It's going to start out to their left, They're going to move left and then both come back this way in perfect harmony, man. This is fantastic. Everything's washed down the right side. What a great play call, great execution down on the goal line.
Yeah, Keith Smith, one of those who handed out a sweatshirt, make fullbacks great again. Gave one to Mike Davis. He was wearing that when we talked to him.
I'm still waiting on mine.
You'll get one. You got those Super Bowl rings to hang on to. Yeah, the extra point is good. And after Xavier Howard's 24th career interception, then a Falcon interception. It was a Lewican to set up the Falcons, who once they get in the red zone, they score. And Patterson finishes it off. Falcons add to their lead here in the fourth.
To live is to ask the big questions like, whoa, how fast was that?
Easy bread. Still free though. Skip the surprise fees from other delivery apps and you could get one of these surprise frees from Domino's.
The World Series begins on Fox. Braves, Astros. Game 1, Tuesday at 7:30 Eastern on Fox.
Today's game is sponsored by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
10 points off turnovers for the Falcons. Lewican, one of the leading tacklers, with that interception of Tua Tagovailoa. And back to receive is Myles Gaskin. Each team, they traded touchdowns in the third quarter, but that Patterson touchdown run after the takeaway, the big difference here, a two-possession game. Younghoe Koo. Just under 13 minutes to play, and Gaskin has it. Straight ahead. And knocked down at the 20-yard line. Here comes a flag just as that play was coming to an end.
During the return, legal block in the back, receiving team number 45. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
And that's been the kind of day it's been for the Miami Dolphins today. They just can't get any type of momentum going. And there's the big block. And again, it's effort and poor technique that result in a play like that. And then you've got an opportunity for points right here, and you give it away with an interception in the end zone. And your defense just made a great play for you. Got you the ball back in good field position. And then Foye Lewican takes it down. So, Coach Flores said, we're just not on the right side of those key plays. And boy, what a great example of three of them right there.
Yeah, when you're in your third year of the program, for the tight end, leaping into the air. Durham Smythe came down with it. The ruling is a catch. He was near the sideline. He certainly held on to the football. And they're moving the chains. Pickup of 18 to the 28-yard line. Open midfield. Down to the 45, Gesicki. His fifth catch of the game.
Now, this might have been Tua's best throw of the game right here. He's moving to his right, and he's got Mike Gesicki going away from him to the left side of the field and puts a strike right on him.
Biggest pass play of the game for Miami. 27 yards. They go to the line without a huddle. A little up-tempo here.
We got 5-0.
Catch at the 35, knocked backward. Let's check that spot. They give him the first down credit or not. Gesicki again.
I tell you what, one thing you have to admire, the resiliency of Tua Tagovailoa. I mean, he's had some real critical mistakes here this afternoon, and he bounces back. There's positives there, but just not a lot of consistency here this afternoon.
Ahmed with the first down. Yeah, shaking off a mistake. Part of growing up at the position.
Exactly. I mean, there's positives and negatives you can take. And the big question with all this talk that's circulating on the outside is, how far along are the Miami Dolphins as an organization with this decision? Everything that's been rumored that's outside, because you look at him and you can see certain components of the game that he's getting better at.
Pressure coming, sideline throw. He let it go early. He stayed in bounds. Jalen Waddle ruled a catch. The official says he's in. Fabian Moreau disagrees.
Well, let me tell you what, if he gets these two, that is, wow, that is so close. I think that's going to stay. It looks like the left foot might have come up during that process.
And Moreau
was awful close.
Was there to push him in a hurry, so he couldn't settle down. It's in the books now as a catch. Great effort either way. Moving to the 17-yard line of Atlanta. Brian Flores wants a score, and he wants it quick. Arthur Smith wants some defense.
And he wants it quick. At times, you know, they've gotten into this tempo style. I mean, obviously they have to now by score, but in the first half, they were playing up tempo and moving the ball very effectively as well.
Blitz is coming. Tua dumps it off to Myles Gaskin. Knocked down right away. Well played by the Atlanta defense.
Well, here's the critical part. You know, it seems like every time Miami, they're trying to get back in it, they get down to this point in the field. These types of plays, this opportunity, and everybody says it's all about the players making plays. Well, this is time for somebody from Miami to step up and make that play. Get them back into position at 27-21 here. Somebody win their one-on-one matchup.
Now, are you in the range on 3rd and 6 if you just pick up 5? Do you go on 4th if it's a short 4th down call? Here they need 6 for the first down. Tua backpedaling. He can run for it. Wide open is that side. He can't slide yet, but he's hit hard. Spins out of it, gets the first down. Tua was twirling, but he made it happen. Eric Harris laid out at the 15-yard line in pain. They will check on him. We'll continue from Miami here in just a moment. What a run from Tua.
Once upon a time, there lived a princess with really long hair who was waiting for...
Eric Harris over on the bench getting checked on. He made the initial hit on Tua Tagovailoa, but then Tua just kept going and got the first down.
Yeah, great block by Myles Gaskin on Deion Jones. In the blitz pickup, nobody's open, so Tua pulls it down, and I really thought Eric Harris had him right there. Squares him up, hits him hard. Really nice effort by Tua Tagovailoa right there to get that first down. I mean, that was huge because he was a yard short right there. Now you're staring at a 4th and 1.
And this is a guy who fractured several ribs back in week 2 in that loss to the Bills, but Tua got it done, and it's 1st and goal. Myles Gaskin has it, stays in to the end zone. It's a Dolphin touchdown. On a flip from Tua, great footwork after he gathered in the football.
Yeah, TJ Green's just got to be better in this situation. You'll see number 39 come in. He's got Myles Gaskin all lined up for a tackle and just misses it. Right there, just a poor angle right at the end, and Myles Gaskin slips it and gets in for the touchdown.
And that's because A.J. Green, Darryl, is being evaluated, A.J. Terrell, evaluated for a concussion. So Green was forced into action, and the Dolphins take advantage, and we're back to a 6-point difference. Tua seemed unfazed by the interception and then trailing by 2 scores. Calmly leading his team back in the direction to be within striking distance, just under 8.5 minutes to go in this football game, or at least in the 4th quarter. 27-21 Falcons. Enjoying an entertaining game from 2 teams coming over from London. Different results there, but putting on a pretty good show here. Let's talk about Tua and his response so far and having the Dolphins keeping them in this game.
That's been the great thing, but it can't be the response to a really negative back-breaking play, and that's what's happened here this afternoon. He's had 2 huge turnovers with interceptions at critical times in the game. He's got to eliminate those because he does bounce back. He is very resilient as a quarterback. The big thing for me right now for Atlanta, and we heard this from Arthur Smith, against the Washington football football team. He felt like he got a little bit conservative. About 10 minutes to go in that game, was going to run that clock out. He allowed Washington to come back and win that game. Very similar to the time we have left here. And he said he learned a lesson in the Jets game in London. So let's see what he does, because he watches his team grow and mature, and he says he's growing and maturing as a coach. I expect him to come out and be very aggressive on this possession.
That's a great point, Daryl. And this is being brought out by Patterson. And the special teams, Dolphin, here comes a flag as he is to the 23. And if it's on Atlanta, that's going to be a big win for Miami to push Matt Ryan and this offense back.
During the return, legal block in the back, receiving team number 32, half the distance to the goal, first down.
Jalen Hawkins called for that. Let's get a game break with Carissa.
Thank you, Chris. So things went from bad to worse for the Chiefs. Already down 27-3. They go for it on 4th and 18. Mahomes is hit, fumbles, and has to be helped off the field. We'll keep you updated on his status. Chad Henne takes over under center.
All right, thank you. And for Tua Tagovailoa, 3 touchdown passes, a career high, and this just his second year. Drafted 5th overall last year. And had some injuries affect his starting status, but he toughed it out. Ryan from his goal line, incomplete. Wasn't a lot there from the start. Lee Smith was in the area.
No, that's just good team football right there by the Miami Dolphins, and just doing your job. And Brandon Jones pops right up there. Don't chase that back, that play action face across the formation. Stay and do your job. Don't let Matt Ryan out on the edge.
That drive, by the way, by Miami, 90 yards once they fell behind by 2 possessions. And then Gaskin, but great individual effort from Tua Tagovailoa on that run when they needed it. See how the Falcons play this on 2nd and 10 from inside their own 10. Blitz picked up. Ryan, and that's off the hands of Russell Gage. 3rd down. Look at the crowd buzzing back in that area of the end zone.
Yeah, that last drive got everybody back into this game for Miami, and that's just Russell Gage not looking it all the way, and looks like he's got it there, but I think he was looking upfield, seeing where he was going to be able to run after the catch before he had the catch.
Yeah, because it wouldn't have been enough for a first down just on the catch alone.
We talk about winning a big snap right here. If this Miami defense can force a punt right here, the team will get great field position.
Blitz is on. Ryan. Catch made. He's close to a first down. It's Ridley. We'll check that spot. And he got it. What a clutch throw and catch. A crucial catch. It means more in the NFL, but that was a crucial catch for the Falcons. Spotted just short of the 20.
Yeah, really great job by Calvin Ridley. He's about 5 yards short right there when he makes the catch, so really nice job getting north-south, getting enough yards for that first down.
5 catches in the game for Ridley. The most by a Falcon, along with the rookie tight end Kyle Pitts. Patterson, who had the touchdown a moment ago, has room. Gets up the sideline for a first down and stays in bounds. An 11-yard run from Cordarrelle Patterson. It's averaged 4.5 a carry today.
It's just fun talking to Arthur Smith about these positionless guys on the team, and the one that he really brings up is Cordarrelle Patterson, and he's been around the league for a long time, done a number of different things, and he really fits exactly what he's trying to create with those guys that just put defenses in tough binds because of the personnel that's on the field.
Mike Davis is in at running back now from the 31 of Atlanta. Davis, tough yards, but just a couple.
It's kind of funny how he got this whole concept, you know, working as a defensive quality control coach, and he's working, and he's got to get information to the coordinator based on who's on the field. He said, we played the Saints one time. It's 12 personnel, which is 1 running back and 2 tight ends, but based on who was in that tight end position, was it speed, strength, are we expecting this? He says, I realized how much Sean Payton stressed you with personnel, and then when you add the tempo element, he goes, it's so hard to get that information to your coach in time to call your defense, so I remembered that when I became an offensive coach and wanted to have that ability.
And he has so far, after a 2-yard pickup. conservative here. Knocked away from Patterson. It'll be third down. Xavier Howard, his 24th career pick a moment ago on the coverage there.
The big thing for Xavier is he just can't stay healthy. That's the biggest thing. When he's on the field, he is extremely productive. There's certain guys that are just always around the football, and they're the ones who are going to give you the opportunity to get takeaways, and Xavier Howard is exactly one of those guys. He plays competitive. He's right on the cusp of DPI from time to time, but if they ain't calling it, he's going to keep playing it and give himself an opportunity for a turn or a takeaway.
He's riding that shoulder of Patterson. Timeout. You saw it from Matt Ryan.
First charge, timeout, the second half. Atlanta, 30-second timeout.
Thursday Night Football, an NFC showdown. Aaron Rodgers and the Packers into Arizona to take on the last undefeated team in the NFL, the Cardinals, and Kyler Murray. 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific on Fox. Also, the NFL Network and streaming on Prime Video. Green Bay with a 24-7 lead over Washington. 2.5 minutes, I should say, in that game in the late moments. These are the best records of the NFL. The Ravens are losing at the moment, 34-17 to the Bengals. On a 3rd and 8. The blitz picked up. Ryan on the run. Can't find anybody. He keeps the balls out. He lost it, and the Dolphins found it at the 40-yard line. Nick Needham, who's been playing some nickel back there, came up with the recovery.
Finally on the right side of one of those big game-changing plays, the Miami defense, it all started with the way they did their lineup on the bunch formation. We showed you where Kyle Pitts was, but look at how they stagger this, all right? Their three are off the ball and separated. So when you release and you're trying to create a tough path, they've given themselves some space and some distance. Watch all three of them in lockstep into their coverage. They cover all three of those guys on the releases step for step, and Matt Ryan has nowhere to go with the football.
And Matt Ryan will be the first to admit that he's not one of those running quarterbacks. 5 turnovers combined. Big time takeaway for Miami from the 40 of Atlanta. Waddle has it, gets a block. Flag down, he gets inside the 30. Other side of the field is where the flag is.
Well, Isaiah Ford had that first touchdown for Miami, but he's got a critical hold right here.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both against the offense. Ineligible player legally downfield of the offense. Penalties decline. 74. Holding. Offense. That's 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Eichenberg called for the holding penalty. Make that Ford, 87. Isaiah Ford, the receiver. Is that?
I think that he's over there talking to his coach saying, hey, the guy face masked me. I was just holding on. But it's one of those screens that gets to the outside quickly, and you can't cut anymore outside the tight end box. So, I bet you we're going to see a lot more holding penalties, because that's hard for those guys. Yeah. Those are athletes in space, and they used to go out and just kind of throw at them and get them out of the way. Now they've got to be able to use a technique to kind of engage and get a good block on them.
It didn't look all that flagrant, but boy, it backs him up now on a 1st and 14. Ahmed, they fake to him in the backfield. Tua open, flag down. Waddle with the catch. Flag is up at the 48. Is there something on the offense? Did they move?
Legal formation on the offense. Didn't have enough players on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty. First down.
Jen with an injury update.
Yeah, this Falcons secondary hurting a bit, Chris. Okay, A.J. Terrell, he was cleared of a head injury, but they did diagnose him with a neck injury, and he's out for the rest of the game. For Eric Harris, he's questionable with his shoulder. He does have his helmet on. I'm standing behind him looking at him. He wants to go back in. We'll see.
All right, thank you. So the penalty to the 49-yard line on 1st and 19, but an area, as Jen just pointed out, that you can attack if you're Tua. The backups are in. Screen set up nicely. Ahmed all the way down to the 32 of Miami, just short of a first down. Great play call and execution.
Yeah, you kind of caught him in a man-to-man situation, and watch, your rush is actually going to stunt to their left too, right? They're going away from the screen. You got the blitz on. You've got the back releasing right into the blitz, so you've got everybody matched up on the outside. Great play call by the Dolphins.
And straight ahead for the first down, Savon Ahmed, second-year back from Washington, who played with Myles Gaskin, the third-year back from Washington.
That's big right there. I mean, it's 1st and 19. I mean, it's getting to crunch time right now. 4:30 to go in the game. Boy, if you get forced into a tough decision, try and punt and play field position or put a long field goal attempt up there. Great job with that screenplay.
Gaskin gets loose. Down the sideline he goes and out of bounds. Inside the 20 for Myles Gaskin. He did pick up the first down.
I mean, where has this been all season long? I mean, this run game has been very impressive by Miami this afternoon. It seems like when they get in sync offensively, it's kind of building off the success that they're having running the football.
Spotted at the 19. He came in averaging 4.5 yards a carry.
Just not enough carries.
Gaskin this time. Deion Jones, who's been all over the place. Great tackle. By the way, we asked Deion about Tua. He thought he was a very talented quarterback, but said he's still learning. You can tell. And he could tell the running play was coming here with Gaskin.
Yes, he could. He seems to have that ability to diagnose things very quickly. And for an undersized guy, when he gets up in the mix with all those big offensive linemen, he has a great feel of being able to avoid those blocks.
+5. Tua finds a target, but he can't hold on. Shaheen, the tight end behind Gesicki. He's 6'7", so when he leaps, you're way up there. You're above the rim. But now 3rd and 15. Thinking a play ahead here for Flores.
No, you got to take the points. You got to take the field goal attempt.
But what if it's 4th and a yard? What if they get 14 here on 3rd down? That's what.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that after this snap.
Call me later. All right. Don't have to worry about it, or do you? Gesicki falling inside the 10. And that should be enough for the first down. And it is.
I mean, how do you let this guy get open right at the marker?
Yeah, that's the guy.
And that's poor defense right there. Foye Oluokun just takes off, leaves him right at the spot where the first down marker was.
Quickly they move up. Myles Gaskin fighting hard inside the 5. Yeah, Gesicki came in 40 catches to lead the team, and he's had a big game today. 6 catches. Has a touchdown grab, but that was big on 3rd and 15. They got 16. And Fabian Moreau is now injured in that Falcon secondary, or at least slow to get up.
Wow, I mean, they are down. They're down to the bare bones right now.
Yeah, because Avery Williams is out. He was inactive with a hamstring to start.
Kendall Sheffield, they elevated Kendall Sheffield up from the practice squad and then made him inactive.
They have to slide Richie Grant from the safety spot. Darren Hall is coming in, the rookie from San Diego State.
They did bring up Chris Williamson. We've seen him a little bit.
Play clock operator, please reset the play clock to 28 seconds. 28, please.
Darren Hall, number 34, coming in for Fabian.
Atlanta 2 timeouts. Dolphins 3. We have the 2-minute warning.
But that's that game within the game, right? Okay, we're down in the secondary, and yeah, okay, maybe the advantage goes to Miami in that matchup, but you've been running the football really well here this afternoon. Where do you think your best opportunity to score the touchdown is from here? Throwing it or lining up and running it as efficiently as you have during the course of the afternoon?
Second and goal. Tua keeps, throws, end zone. Did he hang on? Back of the end zone. Touchdown Dolphins, Mac Collins. Wow, that was a great fake by Tua. And that guy knows something about delivering the football in the end zone.
There's Mac Collins all the way out here, going to cross the formation. Everybody's on that flat side. Foye Aluakon a little bit late recognizing it. And then you had on the opposite side Jalen Hawkins, but he's occupied by all those receivers coming out into that flat area that held him.
First touchdown catch this year for Collins. And the extra point is good. And under 2.5 to play after leading on the opening drive, the Dolphins have battled back to take a 1-point lead.
Again, we talked about him in the first half, Chris. Mac Collins, one of those glue guys, does everything you need. Great teammate, special teams player. Nice game last week in London. There he is coming across the back of the end zone.
And good hands hauling that in. He stepped up. He's a special teams guy, but he had 4 catches against Jacksonville in London when Dolphins were without a couple of receivers. They were also without their 2 starting corners last week. I know they were all upset about that loss to previously winless Jacksonville, but they have battled back in this game.
All right. You make the touchdown catch to put your team up by 1, and where do you go? You get to sit on the bench and have a Gatorade? Nope, you get to go out and cover the kick. That's why you got to have a guy like Mac Collins on your roster.
And he seems to be smiling the whole time he does it, enjoying every moment of it. His 5th year. What an exciting 4th quarter here. The NFL always provides entertainment, no matter who you root for or where you are, what kind of game you think you're going to have going in. And a look at the numbers, the second-year player versus the veteran Matt Ryan. A 4-touchdown game for Tua Tagovailoa, adding to his career best.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Chris. I mean, 23 games decided with the winning field goal in the final minute or overtime. We had 11 overtime games so far through the first 6 weeks, so it's been extremely competitive. Great battles all the way down to the end this season.
You see the game-winning drives on the career checklist for Matt Ryan, and here he goes. And open. Who else? Kyle Pitts. The tight ends are trading big catches for both of these teams.
Not hard to figure out who they're going to go to. But you can't give that guy that free release off the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and if you're Arthur Smith, this is what you like. You want the ball in Matt Ryan's hand with a field goal.
2-minute warning.
That can win it. We've reached the 2-minute warning. The Falcons are trailing. They have the football, but the Dolphins have battled back at home for a 28-27 lead with 2 to play.
Nine, don't fear the heat.
Trying to cheer on the 1-win Dolphins, who have battled back for the lead. Trying to end a 5-game losing skid. Younghoe Koo has never missed a field goal beyond 49 yards. He's 12 out of 12. 3 timeouts, Miami, 2 Atlanta. On a 1st and 10. The blitz picked up. Ryan floats one down the sideline, and between 2 defenders, Kyle Pitts, another spectacular grab.
All right, let me tell you how good Kyle Pitts is becoming as a tight end on the outside. That's Xavier Howard, who's got a man-to-man. There he is, lined up. That's 25. And who do you put over the top? You put Javon Holland, who I think is probably the best player in the secondary right now.
Holland came over for a moment. It looked like he might have a shot at interfering with that throw, but what a drop in. What a dime from Matt Ryan. Tremendous throw. Tremendous concentration on the catch. His 72nd 300-yard game. Third this year for Matt Ryan. And now at the 24, they can work the clock. Mike Davis carries. Dolphins have those timeouts. They may have to use them, and they will. Here's one. They'll have 2 remaining as Davis limps to the sideline.
Again, we're into that area where Arthur Smith talks about how many teams mismanage these critical spots. And right now, you've got to be able to get this last first down and also force Miami to use all their timeouts. And then you take the field goal attempt and the victory.
Ryan Flores, his defense has come up big. Again, a combined 5 turnovers. On a 2nd down 7. You're already in field goal range.
But the odd thing about that, he's never missed from beyond 49.
But he has
missed. We've had some misses inside 48.
But this year he's been golden, Young Wei Koo. Patterson comes in for Davis. And he chews up some time, and another timeout for Miami. There's a flag down. Waiting on the official's call here, Scott Novak with 1:45. Falcons have the football. Those of you just joining us will recap in a moment. 4 touchdown passes for Tua Tagovailoa. Matt Ryan over 300 yards in the air. And a discussion after Atlanta ran the ball.
There is no foul for holding on the play. It's the second charge timeout. Miami. 30-second timeout.
All right, I love that because I went back and I looked at everybody from the center out, and there was not a hold. And with the direction of that flag came in, that was my first thought process. So excellent job by the officiating crew.
Darryl Johnston, Chris Myers, a quick recap. Miami scored early that trailed in the 3rd quarter. Gaskin from Tua slips a tackle into the end zone. Atlanta loses the football as Matt Ryan coughs it up. The Dolphins recover, and then Mac Hollins back of the end zone. 4th touchdown toss from Tua today, and they take a 28-27 lead. But now on 3rd and 2 in field goal range, the Falcons have the football. Miami 1 timeout, the Falcons have 2. Cordero Patterson fights to get the first down, and that's big. Because Miami will have to use their last timeout. And the Falcons are in good position to run the clock and run out of here with a win.
You can see why they like him so much. It's just, you follow your fullback in there, you see the lane, but he's always north and south. He's always got his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage. He's off his feet, but he's able to get back down and be able to distribute a hit to the tackler coming up. And you can't put Cordero Patterson in a box. He's not a wide receiver. He's not a running back. He's not a kickoff return guy. He's just a straight-out football player. He's a perfect fit for what Arthur Smith is trying to build in Atlanta.
So you back this up, they can run it down and kick the game winner with no timeouts for Miami. There's the first-year head coach Arthur Smith of the Falcons, spotted at the 13. If you're Miami, is it the old, hey, let them score so we have a chance? Patterson falls down at the 10.
I guarantee you that Arthur Smith has coached him on that. If they're trying to let you score, don't do it.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts, the 4th overall pick of the NFL draft, the sensational rookie tight end of Atlanta. 163 yards. He has made some clutch catches. Tua, 2nd game back. Remember, he came back against Jacksonville over in London after the rib injury. Had a great run for a first down and 4 touchdown passes. Tight ends have had a big day on National Tight Ends Day. Patterson heads to the sideline. Matt Ryan kneeling down because the Dolphins are out of timeouts. If we're being repetitive, certain audiences are joining us with Daryl Johnston, Chris Myers, and the Dolphins led in the first quarter, trailed until moments ago when Tua tossed a touchdown, his 4th of the game. But then Matt Ryan, a big pass play to rookie tight end Kyle Pitts, set up the Falcons, and Arthur Smith says we're going to run this thing down, and they've got one of the most reliable kickers in the game, Younghoe Koo. But he'll have to make it through to give Atlanta the win. Not much the Dolphins can do except to try and block the kick. And we did have a block kick earlier, but
yeah, huge play for the Atlanta Falcons with their blocked field goal attempt. And when the first half, it was going back and forth, very exciting, very competitive, and it was some mistakes by the Miami Dolphins, which have really contributed to this 5-game losing streak. They're always on the wrong side of those key plays during the course of the game, and early on, it was no different today.
30-second timeout.
It's been a crazy. Look at this. We're what, week 7 already, and you touched on it. 23 games, winning score within the final minute or overtime. And this is going to be another one of those close finishes. Dolphins trying to end that 5-game skid, and the Falcons trying to get to 3-3 coming off their bye week. He hasn't missed a kick this year. Younghoe Koo.
You didn't just say that.
For the game winner for Atlanta. Maybe he wanted to back up a little bit.
False start. Offense. Number 68. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Now a 36-yard field goal try. Josh Andrews called for the false start. Number of comebacks in the career of Matt Ryan. Tua thought he had one, and Brian Flores frustrated with his young Dolphin team. Younghoe Koo for the Falcon victory, and he nailed it. Atlanta wins as time expires in Miami. A Tua comeback falls short to a Matt Ryan Falcon comeback, and Atlanta goes to 3-3. That's 6 straight losses for the Dolphins.
Yeah, and we touched on this a little bit earlier. It seems like there's the vibe in Atlanta in year 1 of this rebuild is very positive. They're moving in the right direction. With Miami in year 3, you'd expect them to be in that position, but they're not. They're finding ways to lose games, just like they did here this afternoon, and they've got to get that fixed, or this season's they're just going to continue down the path it's headed down now.
An entertaining game, but that's how it goes. Another game winner as time expires. We'll have more from Miami on the Falcons and the Dolphins in just a moment. We're glad you're watching the NFL on Fox.
The World Series begins